How do you want to start doing our intros? Do you want to? Do we have any?
I was gonna hit it with a super casual.
Oh, you're gonna do a super casual.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It's like, hey, what's up?
it's so boring, Ed. That's not
Fletcher and
cool.
Ed checking in.
It's not
doing
cool.
another-
It's not cool.
Another episode of Pocket Cast today.
It's not as fun.
Why's it gotta be fun?
It's an
I'm
intro.
having
It's
fun.
an intro to a podcast. Hey man, this
Hey,
will
what's
be-
up, guys?
this
It's
is
your
gonna be-
boys
I'm
Fletcher
not
and Ed
saying
here
you
with
gotta,
another
like,
episode of
boo,
Pocket
boo,
Cast.
boo.
Get off your fucking seats and raise your hands.
I was saying, dude, like too excited, but I'm saying also don't be like, hey, this is gonna be the most boring thing you've ever listened to.
Yes, welcome to another episode of Pocket Cast. I'm Ed Moran, joined with Fletcher Prem. Fletcher, drop those Twitter handles.
You can reach me at GapToothMF. You can reach Ed at Unicorn.
Now for an hour of Beethoven.
Beautiful choir.
Alright, let's see how the levels are.
Yeah. That's pretty. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Pocket Cast. You've got Ed here, joined by Fletcher.
I think you did it right. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've been practicing.
5 tries.
Hey, finally got it.
Hey.
So we're sitting here after, well, not a month hiatus. We took an extra 2 weeks
Right.
because I went on vacation.
And we had already said we were taking 3 weeks, right? to
Yeah,
do
we were
the
doing
game?
3 weeks, and then it just made sense to just take the extra week and get back on track.
But if I get my ass on editing this episode, it may drop so that we just ratted ourselves out, and we would have been dropping this on 3 weeks.
Oh, they're just taking the time
tomorrow.
for editing. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
We get it. Get it in post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit it
alright.
in post. Yep.
It'll be fine. Yeah. So we did technically drop our Twitter handles, but I kind of talked over you at the end there. So let's drop those again because yours is kind of complicated, and I'd hate for people to miss it. So.
Go over them.
Yeah. So you can reach Fletcher at GapToothMF, and you can obviously reach me at Unicorn. It's two words, eunuch, and then horn, but they're together, and the O in horn is a 0. So pretty straightforward.
Simple.
Yep.
Sorry,
Like,
mine's
keep
so
it clean.
complicated.
It's all right, man. Well, I mean, kind of a slight inconvenience, but
Yeah.
it'll be
I
all
mean,
right.
it's not like you can go in and change it or anything.
You know, you probably could, honestly, if you just took a couple minutes to take just, food for thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll consider that.
Yeah, that would be, you do that.
Yep. Always here to be your mirror.
Appreciate that. So last time we covered Professor Layton,
And the
And the-
Crunk Village.
the Crunk Village. That's right. A lot of crunking happening
That
up in
was
that village.
a great game.
I loved that game, dude.
I
I had
gotta
a really
say,
good time.
we went from such a drastic change from that to playing Dementium the Ward.
So, night and day.
Lighting, the coloring.
Everything. It's a totally different feel, too, because you've got this kind of puzzle, atmospheric, happy-go-lucky, kind of strange, kind of curious, maybe, in fact. But, kind of cutesy puzzle game. And then Dementium the Ward, you're in a first-person shooter, technically. Yeah, first-person shooter on a DS. Kind of puzzly. There's some puzzles.
I would say it's puzzly. It's puzzlier than Doom. I don't remember if it was on the cover that they had this review type deal, or if it was just a tag that they were using that for advertisement that was Silent Hill meets Doom.
For the Dementium cover?
Yeah.
Okay. It was supposed to initially be a proposal for a Silent Hill game, but they didn't pick it up, right? Yeah.
So they had to go a little different route. But I would say it's definitely got that Doom feel where there's times where you're just going back through corridors. I wish that the enemies would stay dead like they do in Doom.
God.
But they come back
do
to
not.
life.
No, they respawn every time you re-enter.
It wants to be a psychological horror game, but it's not.
No, not really.
It's just kind of a horror game.
It's atmospherically horror, and there's some scares, and there's some the audio lends a very nice, very level creep factor across the board. I don't feel like it ever peaks really hard, but I feel overall it's a very atmospherically spooky. I loved the audio for this one.
I think I said in the last few weeks, whatever, that we recorded, that you were gonna like this game because it was all about atmosphere.
Yeah, dude, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, did that job very well. I thought that it scared me. I'm really easy to scare.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't super stoked to go in through a horror game. Like I've played a couple of horror games over the years, like Layers of Fear 2. I remember that one. And it was basically a walking sim. Great graphics, pretty cool, interesting to look at. Couple of jump scares. Atmospheric, but it wasn't too much. But I got through it.
I couldn't watch you play that game. I remember not being able to watch you play that game.
I didn't have a good time playing that.
In this game, in Dementium, where there's a scene where you start hearing babies crying in the background, and I'm just sitting in bed next to Morgan, in bed playing this game. Like, no.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm just gonna close this. We'll pick this up.
We're doing this later when the sun is up.
Yeah, no fucking thanks, man.
Or there's this one. It's the start to. I think it's the start to chapter 4, the Cleaver, which is where I spent 80% of the time I spent playing this game at, running through this godforsaken maze that I could not figure out. Anyway,
did you ever figure it out?
Sort of.
All right,
we'll talk about that.
All right.
But yeah, you go into this room and it kind of plays a little. Well, no, there's no intro cutscene. You just kind of go through the hall, and as you approach that first intersection, the girl starts singing some, like, the beginning couple of lines of some lullaby or something, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
God damn it, dude. Or you hear that dude's knife scraping on the floor.
Scraping against the ground. Like, oh, which door? Which door?
Which fucking door?
Which door don't I want to go through? Because I'm low on health and ammo.
Does health and ammo respawn?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No, I know. So
only if you die and have to restart.
Respawn. But health and ammo does not respawn.
That's such booty hole, dude.
It is. That's a large error in the game.
It took me longer than I care to admit to just commit to just full blast sprinting everywhere. 'Cause you can for the most part.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of variety in the mobs. You've got your classic zombie dudes. They got their ripped open chests and they got teeth coming in, and they fucking.
They bite you with their chest.
Yeah,
they jump forward, they leap forward and bite you.
Yeah, they'll like walk up to you and then just start wailing when they get
your
close.
Walker zombie, very stereotypical.
Pretty typical. Take them 3 melee hits from the baton.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
But the timing is so fucking weird because they'll do a swing animation and you want to catch them at a certain. The tempo is weird. Like, to try to melee one of these guys without taking a hit, I feel like I did it a few times. But I couldn't do it consistently.
Yeah, no, not at all. I was so happy to get that pistol and realize that pistol was meant to be used in those earlier parts. There's a ton of ammo laying around
everywhere, dude. There's
you don't
like 3 boxes of 9mm
respawn
in every corner. Yeah. And there's way too much HP at the very, very beginning. Like, rooftop, like at the very beginning, when you first get to rooftop, and then you've got some of those walker dudes climbing over the railing, and it's dark. And yo, when I say it's dark, motherfucker, it is dark.
It is one of
the
games.
Oh my god. You get the flashlight like immediately. Thank God, because honestly, I thought like, oh my god, why did they ever make this game? You can't see shit. You literally, it's like a wall of fog 3.5 feet in front of you. And then you get the flashlight and you're like, oh, it's supposed to be like that. They can actually, I'm impressed. For a 3D FPS game on a DS, what the fuck?
That's what I was about to say. That's something we got to touch on. I think
we do. Oh my
is the way that it
God.
looks, how well this game has aged too.
Yeah.
So these guys had worked on N64 games for a minute, and they were ready to move on to their own studio right around the time the DS has come out maybe is coming out. I don't know. But they go, oh, this is a mobile N64. Let's do this. And there are a lot of comparisons we have made to the N64.
Uh-huh.
I don't think the N64 has aged well. But in certain places, because there is now this horror, low polygon renaissance of games going on, this just aged perfectly. Other games that look like this in different genres may not.
I think I see what you're saying. I would agree. Honestly, like, I was impressed from the rip.
Yeah.
Like
you said, too, once you get that flashlight and you can actually see, and you can see down the hallway.
Yeah, like all the way, too.
And these doors all have entrances. Like, they're all closets you can go into. Mm-hmm. The doors busting out. The zombies coming out. Solid 60 frames.
Yeah.
Whole way through.
It's insane. I was like, I'm struggling to run Counter-Strike. Like, Jesus. Yeah, this thing's trucking, dude. Mm-hmm. I will say, eventually you just kind of find the right way to just contort your hands to hold the fucking thing to be able to play this, because it is a struggle, because you're shooting with your left bumper, assuming you're right-handed, so you're holding stylus right side, and then you're moving with the D-pad on the left side as well, and
your right hand is the stylus.
And then, you're moving the stylus to move your perspective on the top screen. And it's very reactive, very clean.
Your shots are so good, too. Like,
honestly.
Wherever I want my crosshair to go, it's going to go. I love that.
Accuracy is no problem. And that, to me, honestly... Where the fuck is that level of precision in the games where you're drawing shit? Like, I swear to God, the best we could do was to give you like a 1 inch by 1 inch pixel of accuracy. Like,
hey,
what the fuck? I swear, like, it's just so much better on the FPS performance side, and that probably has to do with like dragging input as opposed to like pinpoint precision. In terms of relating where you're tapping on the screen, where it transposes to the top screen. So maybe that's where the difference is, because where you start a point of interaction for for like an FPS game on the bottom screen doesn't matter. It's all about what you do directionally afterwards. So that could play a part into it.
That's fair. Yeah.
Damn,
it's a 3-man team though.
Yeah, that's so. I'm blown away. Like, my biggest gripes are probably. They're probably just the simplicity and lack of variance in a lot of the in-game assets. What's there is done very well. It looks good. It's clean, atmospheric again.
People call it a very, really good tech demo.
That's fair. I'd say it looks more polished than that, to give the game credit. But I also think there's definitely some accuracy in that. That's a pretty
absolutely.
Good comparison.
Because you're playing it and you're going, I can't wait to see what they do next.
Yeah. If given more time and manpower, perhaps, to provide just a little bit more fleshing out of the in-game world, and I think it could be a lot more.
And there is a second one. It has, as I recall, because I had thought I had played this game through, and I hadn't. But then I realized it was the second one I had played through. And playing this one, there were certain things where I went, oh yeah, I remember kind of playing this one. The second one had already come out, so I got the second one and was just like, oh, this is the better.
Oh, I gotcha.
Like, why bother with the tech demo when you can have the full thing?
Yeah.
One thing, did you get when you so the first time I guess you get outside?
Yeah.
Is
like in the courtyard.
The courtyard.
Where the chapel is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First thing that I love at that spot was just you getting outside and having a break from these enclosed spaces.
Yeah.
And then you flip on your flashlight and you're in a pretty big area. You don't realize it until you hit the sprint button and you're like, why isn't my sprint button working? And it is. You're just taking that long to move through this That's how closed in you were.
Yeah.
You didn't realize like how open and
Yeah,
how far things
once you actually
are.
have room that's like, because everything is hallways and small rooms.
Yeah, tiny corridors.
Yeah, you're never really left with a lot of operating space until that first boss room.
Yeah.
But even then, it's not a terribly large room. It's only bigger, I really thought, because they raised the ceiling so much, like almost doubled the height of the ceiling. I feel to give room for the boss, because he is quite large.
He is
the cleaver.
The cleaver.
He looks like a giant worm, dude. Man, I don't know what
sock
that
puppet was what you said.
Yeah, I called him as like a sock man or sock puppet man. Dude, it just looked like a tube sock that had been stuffed with
Meat.
cotton or other sock meat. Yeah, sure. But it just with like I don't know. It just had like a slit around the top part and with teeth. It was weird.
And he had did he have a gun or did he have?
He had something.
The knife?
He had like he was holding the cleaver in the one hand, or it was like pushed through the meat of his round stub. What I couldn't tell if it was a hand or
yeah.
or not. But then like his other arm had it looked like a pneumatic spear gun. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, but it shot poison at you, right? Am I thinking right?
Did it come out of that, or did he spit it? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I remember he would do that because you would like, oh, I can, like, he stopped chasing me. I can turn around and get a shot off, and then you turn around and just eat a face full of poison, which like sticks you to the ground for a second. And you're like, fuck, bro, I need to run.
Up on you. Yeah, dude, that part's pretty scary. And it took me like 6 tries probably to beat him.
Oh, really?
Maybe less, but it felt like 6 tries because you also have to go back to the beginning of the level.
It's true.
And then
Every
run all the
time.
way through. Try to conserve ammo and health. Make sure you get the shotgun. Do you have the shotgun by then?
Yeah, you get the shotgun like right before.
Yeah.
And so I could get the shotgun no problem.
Yeah.
It's finding the room.
Right after that.
I really struggled with that.
Dude, I think I have it burnt into my memory that you leave the yellow door, you take your first left, and then you go straight, and then I think you take another left.
Jesus.
That's I believe the pathway. I would love for someone to actually try that out.
I still don't know. I'm not gonna, after a while, because the game only tracks, like, it'll tell you when you're looking, like when you're loading a save, how much time you have on the save file, but it only records the time between a successful completion of a given level.
Yep.
It only tracks that time. It doesn't track I spent an hour trying to find this fucking door and then died and then had to start over. It doesn't track that time.
No.
So I actually technically logged 45 minutes into this game.
I think mine is something like 2.5 hours technically, but I know I played so much more than that.
Hours on the cleaver.
Me too, dude. That was so hard. But so then, that is the nice thing there. Like I'm saying, is once you get outside, it's just breath of fresh air.
Oh, it's so cool.
It's hilarious because you turn your flashlight on, and if you look up at the top of the building, you can see the top of the building, which is way the fuck up there.
Yeah.
With your flashlight. This is the world's strongest flashlight.
It's just cutting through the rain.
Everything.
Like, no fucks.
No.
You can see anything as long as it's within that circle.
Yeah, within the circle. You can point it in any direction. And then you go into the chapel. And how fucking spooky, dude.
Dude, fuck the chapel. There's nothing in there.
Nothing
But
at
it's
all.
just like, I walked in there, it loaded the room, and I was like, fuck no, dude, I don't want to be in here.
There's like this weird, because would you say the sound is kind of crunchy? Do you get what I'm saying when I say that? Because even the visuals are crunchy, the graphics, and that's that low poly, crunchy look. The music is there to go with it, and this like shitty MIDI organ kicks in.
Oh yeah, dude.
And it's supposed to be this scary church music, and it is.
Mm-hmm.
But with that crunch too, it's just everything just feels so good right there, and this just spooky, freaking me out.
Oh, it's good.
Atmospheric, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enter. Speaking of the church, enter puzzles or riddles, or It's more of a Easter egg hunt. I don't know.
Like,
you have to, like, all those books in there give you a random location,
yeah.
and then you got to go find parts of this picture. And then you find the briefcase, and then you've got to find 3 keys to the briefcase, and then you're like, whoa, I just started this other one that I hadn't had before, and then you just like, boom, here's a bunch of, like, fetch quests, fuck you.
And then the next thing you know, though, you're accidentally moving forward, because with that briefcase, if you don't get all 3 keys, you don't get the bone saw.
I didn't get the bone saw.
I didn't get the bone saw, and so I basically soft-locked myself from being able to beat the game, because you need that bone saw. But they treat it, like you said, like it's like a side quest deal.
Well, and you can't find. You and I both were stuck on the bathroom key.
Yeah.
I
did
could
finally.
not find it.
I was gonna tell you, I did find out where it was, but I just needed the map, and I got to this point where I couldn't find the map, and so I kind of moved on doing something else, thinking that the last getting the picture puzzle together was gonna help me complete this other puzzle.
Yeah,
and it did not. And eventually I walked through a door and I'm like advancing the story.
Right, and you're like, oh, and then it's gone.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
And I don't have the health or the ability to go backtracking that far. Yeah. Hey, I don't know if you could.
You can't. It will let you. It'll let you back travel, but like, because I did that with the cleaver.
Yeah.
Because eventually I was like looking up a walkthrough, and I hadn't progressed far enough through the cleaver level to get to the shotgun, but I was reading about finding the shotgun, and I thought that I had missed the shotgun, basically, so I started backtracking through the previous levels, and then, I died, and it would restart me at the cleaver, but it restarted me at that checkpoint, which was nice for going back, but I didn't need to go back anymore, so I had to, and that break in between the, like, chapters 3 and 4, I think it is.
Yeah.
So that's when you first meet the Banshees in that hallway, and they're just floating heads that just scream as they run up and down and fly through the hallways, and then they'll see you, and then they shriek and scream, and they just fly into you right in the fucking, they just bat you right in the face, and they hit you for so much fucking damage, and they have so much fucking health.
Bonesaw.
I spent a long time trying to get in and out of it, because I was convinced that it was this other end of the hallway that seemed impossible to get to, because you're not supposed to fucking get there yet because it's locked. I had a really hard time over there. Unnecessarily.
Yeah, I feel you at that, where you just you think you have to backtrack, and then you realize you've backtracked too far. No health, no ammo respawns.
Oh, dude. It's brutal.
Luckily, I guess you die eventually.
Yeah, and then
start over and finally give up on this quest of yours. Then you advance in the game to realize that everything also levels up in the game, basically.
Oh,
you hear what I'm saying? Where every enemy, there's 3 or 4 types of enemies, and then as you progress in the game, they change green.
Yeah, you get the green variants, and they usually spit poison or
are stronger,
or something.
Take more hits.
They have a little bit more HP.
They hit you
a
harder.
Little harder. Yeah,
you get a different gun is now it's like you should use the shotgun instead of your pistol now.
Right.
Basically.
It's very mathematically progressive.
Yeah.
It's not.
But once you get
terrible.
to the Banshees,
dude,
the leveled up Banshees are insane. And you need the bone saw. I say need, but I'm sure there's someone out there that's beating it with the flashlight only or something.
Flashlight only run. Dude, can you even hit something with the flashlight?
No.
Yeah, okay.
No,
I think you just turn it off and on.
Yeah. There was parts where having the light off, I don't know if I was right or not, but I think it attracted the bugs less that would attack you.
Like, are you okay? So you're talking about like the little screaming inchworms slug things?
No,
or are you talking
no.
the scarab beetles?
The scarab beetles and the flying ones. The flying scarabs as well.
Yeah. Yeah, like the little swarms. Schwarms.
The swarming.
The swarms.
Swarming the wormin.
Yeah. Him.
Yes,
that's the one.
Yeah, there was
Damn, I didn't think about that. I had the light on as much as possible.
Those little fucking slimy, screaming baby things. They were babies.
That's what I read as well, because I'm like, babies. They look like slugs.
Well, you walk into spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, big spoiler. It's like 20 minutes into the game.
You walk into so this is what doesn't make a ton of sense, right? Because they portray it almost as you wake up in a psych ward.
Yeah.
But maybe I implied that, and I guess maybe there are hospitals where psych wards are connected to the hospital, and also connected to the hospital are what are they called? Nurseries?
Like a delivery ward, nursery,
delivery rooms and all that. So then there is a room with a bunch of incubators for babies, and that's when you're hearing all the screaming, crying babies.
And they do wail like a baby.
It's
horrendous.
Ren would always get it would intrigue him.
Really?
He would hear it. Yeah,
dude, that makes it worse.
It really registered with him.
Holy
so they
shit.
got the baby cry. Well done.
The audio again, great audio.
Great.
The actual dialogue,
there isn't much.
Very crunchy. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of it.
Like when they're talking.
Yeah, it is. It's not the Professor Layton quality of dialogue recording.
No,
and I think
a 3-man team.
No, a 3-man team, and I have no idea what's involved to have super clean dialogue audio in a DS game,
especially a 3D DS game.
Was this one a 3D?
Yeah, not 3D as in
it was a 3DS
out.
Launch.
No.
Oh, what are you telling me?
3D game. Like there's 3 dimensions.
Oh, not a 2D game. I'm with you. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're on the same page again. Okay. Yes. No. But agreed.
It's really funny because after seeing that review, that was the 1-star review. Whoever you are from Destructoid, I don't remember your fucking name, but I'm coming for you.
Yeah,
I'm
dude,
gonna take
fuck
your fucking
you.
shitty job and just destroy your reputation because you already fucking ruined it. I can tell. I've looked at the comments on your reviews and no one fucking trusts your reviews anyways. But you gave Dementium 1 star.
Yeah.
Not just Dementium, but also the remaster, which I haven't played. I've looked at a little bit of stuff about it. It looks good. If it's a remaster of this already really good game, they put it on 3DS, I'm sure it's good.
It's probably good.
I'm sure it's great. I understand this not being a perfect game. I get that.
Oh, not
there
a perfect
are flaws,
game. But
it's
a good game.
And now seeing this 1-star fucking review, I'm on a pedestal of defending this game.
I'm with you, dude. I will die. I will die on this hill.
Fuck that guy. I can't talk too much shit about Destructoid. That was actually they had one of the first podcasts I listened to.
Oh, no shit. What was it? Do you remember?
Retro Force Go.
Retro Force Go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was exactly what it sounds like.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sick.
But that's that one in one review or editor, whatever.
Watch your back, dude.
Yeah, we're coming for you. You're gonna end up
sir or ma'am. Yeah, we're coming for you.
You.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're coming for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. With our bone saws.
We're gonna finally unlock.
Yeah, we have to back travel a little bit.
Maybe he just didn't. They didn't unlock the bone saw.
Yeah, dude. Honestly,
and they loved the game until that point, and then
just in a fit of passion, just wrote this scathing review.
Boss.
Ugh. I mean, I understand that sense of
agitation.
Yeah.
In that moment, I thought I was playing a Sierra game. You know, like the King's Quest point-and-click adventure games, Monkey Island, where you end up, 3/4 of the way done with the game and you didn't pick up an item at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, you're like, you missed that diner receipt on the floor.
You're done.
You're fucked.
It's game over.
Yeah. Start over, bitch.
Fucking idiot. Why didn't you have multiple saves?
Yeah, why didn't you click on every little thing? You stupid fool. Yeah, so the fucking bathroom key. Unbelievable.
Son of a bitch. So I did find it. I figured out where it was going to be at. I just couldn't get the map again, and I just so frustrated.
It is frustrating. Fun to play though. I did really enjoy it. A couple of times I had to play without audio, and
yeah, I did the same thing, and I feel the exact same way. Where it really loses the.
It does.
You had to have a little bit of audio. There have been games that we've played where I think we've both said we didn't have the audio on for half the time.
Yeah.
and this one that was almost impossible to play.
Yeah.
Not just because of like the atmosphere and all of that, but
No.
hearing these.
It did
words.
a lot for you to know, because they did a really good job with audio cues, because it's a slow game to like mill sim it, right? Like if you're checking your angles and slow peeking every door so as to not be surprised, I mean that's definitely a way to play it. It takes forever.
That's how I played it.
So you've got a double tap sprint, and it's not insane, but it's a lot better than just walking. And I mean, even if there's a dude like a little zombie man in the closet, you'll hear a growl like a step and a half before.
Yep.
And the little babies, they crawl on the ceiling and they'll drop on from the ceiling onto you, and they'll swarm you on your feet, and you just cannot melee them. That's impossible. Like, I don't know if you've ever tried.
Yeah.
I hate to waste ammo on these little one-shot dudes, but you can't hit them with the baton first try, and certainly not like 5 or 6 of them.
You can hit. You can get lucky,
100%.
especially when there's a swarm of them.
Yeah, if there's a swarm of them in, yeah,
But it's not worth the health you're probably gonna lose,
right.
Because once you get later into the game, health is
Hell,
hot
you're
commodity.
yeah, gotta keep that shit up.
Yeah.
And on those little guys, and aim is very forgiving.
Yes.
The only time it ever matters is really for the big guys, and that's for headshots or weak spot shots. Everything else, like the little babies, like
Just hit it.
as long as your reticle is roughly in the same cardinal direction, you hit it.
Yeah.
So that's nice. They were quite good about that.
I will say, now that we're talking about it, most enemies are annoying until you figure out just how to deal with them. So I could see a frustration in the combat, or like kind of lack of combat that some of it is. But it also feels like a necessity that is now ingrained in horror games and a lot of other games. You have to have the annoying flying enemy. That's your Banshee, the flying head.
Oh yeah.
You've got to have that hard to hit, barely hits you. That's the crawler, right? Like that's that little like worm baby thing. They're hard to hit. They barely hit you, but they're just there to kind of eat up some ammo, take just your time.
Yeah.
Then you've got the zombies, which I don't mind once you've got guns. They're kind of
Oh yeah. Once you've got guns, it's like whatever.
yeah, they're fun-ish to deal with.
Yeah.
And then those crawler zombies that
The little
follow on you.
torso only with
I
arms.
just ran away from them most
Dude,
times.
fuck those guys. And they just spring them on you. And it's not like 1 or 2. It's like 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah.
And they're like on the ceiling and on the walls and on the floor, and they'll spit at you, and you're like, oh, projectile enemies, what? And then they're like scurrying and shit, and you're like, holy fuck.
Yeah, dude, those
Jesus.
ones are kind of hard to hit because of how
They're
much move.
fast.
Yeah.
They don't have a big sit down aim and fire. They're just like,
Yeah,
like,
it
oh
sucks.
shit, dude.
And like you can't really stand there to hit them while they're spraying because you're gonna get hit.
Yeah.
And then you'll miss your shot.
Yeah, you remember when I said aim was pretty forgiving. Not for those guys. You will miss a
not
shotgun to
always.
the face 1 in 3.
There was.
Especially if you're panicked.
Did you get to the part where you're battling the guy in the wheelchair?
I do not remember wheelchair guy.
Okay, so
I remembered seeing the wheelchair. Or a wheelchair.
I'm sure there's like 100 wheelchairs in this game.
Probably.
It's in a hospital.
It's in a fucked up abandoned-ish hospital.
Psych
Yeah.
ward.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this guy's in a wheelchair, and he's got a Gatling gun,
Yeah, of course.
and he is like, if you get him, you can get him before he starts shooting, right? And so you just got to kind of hear for where he's at, and you run around this corner, and you basically, before you see him, your crosshair is going to turn red, tell you there's an enemy there.
Yeah.
So you fucking pop a shot off, and if you hit him, he'll just kind of freeze there, and you might get another chance to shoot him. And that's where all of a sudden I realized like how not annoying, but like just I fucking recoil would just get you. You would forget to wait a second to shoot.
Yeah.
And you would miss, and you're like, God
God damn it. Yeah, no, for being the unpolished title that we've come to kind of agree that it sort of is.
Yeah.
Despite its wonderful delights, I feel like what is there is super, super solid.
Absolutely.
Could it have more? Yeah.
Yeah.
But what is in there is done very well, and I appreciate all of it. The getting lost part, probably mostly me.
No, I don't think so. I think it was so repetitive. I mean, we were just watching a walkthrough to kind of catch ourselves up on parts of it.
Yeah.
And we got lost in parts. Like, we had to rewind and then couldn't figure it out if we rewind too far or not because of how much the corridors and everything
that's
looked
right.
alike.
Well, like because neither of us finished it, and so we were watching the conclusion.
The last 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah. And like the whole, like the second to last chapter maybe had a couple of enemies, and honestly at that point, homeboy that's running this game, he's kidded. He's got all of it, and nothing is a hurdle.
He's got the bone saw.
This man, he's got every tool in the arsenal, and he's nothing is a complication. It's only like, does he want to spend his time dealing with it or just running past it?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And it is 95% just running through the same corridors, and then like, oh, here's a door, and then it's like, oh, it's a 3-way intersection, one way's closed off, which is a forced left, and then you take that. Oh, this one's the same but a forced right. Oh, straight corridor. Oh, forced left, forced right, corridor, and then it's for like 4 minutes of that, and a couple of enemies, and then it's like final chapter. I was like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah, I kind of ran out of some ideas there at the end, I guess.
But it had a good twist.
It did. I liked the twist also of the environment.
Yeah.
That change was nice to see, even though it didn't change up a lot once you got into this basement area.
The whole design it's very simple, and it's very much the same. It's not complex, and room to room, not a lot of variance, and you're going to see the repetition of a lot of the same assets, just in various conditions and positions, perhaps. But each area, for the most part, lends a unique feel. There's a good change in variance in audio, which is great. For at least environmental.
Yeah.
There's a lot of repetition between the mobs, I think, in their audio cues and what have you. But
the music changed up too, and I liked that. It gets this like intense, more like almost random, like the Halloween kind of rhythm. You know, that song.
Which one?
The fucking movie Halloween. The theme song. No.
Oh. No. All right. Well.
Nope. Ed doesn't know movies.
I've seen
we
it.
Said we would cover this eventually. Ed's got a pretty sheltered life.
It's less sheltered now.
It is less sheltered now. You're welcome.
I could take some credit.
Yeah, you were definitely corrupted by the time I found you.
Yeah, that's fair. A little bit.
You had some fleas on you by the time.
Fleas. I was a clean boy. I mean, I'm a cleaner boy now, but still pretty clean back then.
Clean or cleanly?
Cleanly.
There you go. Let's be honest with our audience.
But yeah, great game.
Excellent game. Super
I loved it.
game.
I had a really good time with it, honestly. I really did.
I do. I look forward to when we play the sequel.
I do too, honestly. I'd love to see what a little bit more
they have
Spit and Polish does.
I know you'd done a little research on it. They did another game that definitely got them a bit of street cred. That was Mutant Muds. That was kind of
really
a Metroidvania type game. I believe.
You know, now that I hear you saying it out loud, I remember you even brought it up. I think it was probably at the end of our last episode we were talking about this title. Yeah. And because I was reading about like the studio and the other work that they had done, and I read Mutant Mud or Muds.
Muds or Mud?
I don't know. I don't think I have it in my notes.
I don't know.
But either way, regardless, I read it. Zero recollection. I was like, that's a stupid name for a game. And I looked past it. I didn't even look at it. I just kept on going.
I mean, I
was like, these guys don't have anything else I've ever heard of.
It's on everything. It's on every console.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I do remember, again, you saying that the last time now that
really?
we're talking about it. Conveniently, yeah. How interesting.
Yeah.
But Yeah, honestly, truly, still very much blown away by a 3-man studio.
I believe they
knocking this out.
They eventually got bigger than that, but I could be wrong because what
No,
ended
I
up
think you're right,
happening-
but I think when they were working on and ended up ultimately publishing Dementium the Ward, I think it was a 3-man team. Now,
yeah,
to be fair, the verbiage used and like how it's worded, it's very casual and it's almost like an offhanded statement, so it's not very explicitly clear as to what that means, if it was 3-man through and through, start to finish only, or if I have no idea.
yeah,
But it says that at that time, it was
Yeah.
just a 3-man studio.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like, oh well,
you gotta take
that's
that.
cool regardless.
Yeah, it
you
is.
know?
It really is.
So.
They put out another FPS called Moon that's on the DS.
I also saw it. I didn't really look into it at all.
I remember enjoying parts of it. Think it's a bit more. I felt repetitive. Maybe not more, but as repetitive. I didn't think it was as good as Dementium 2. I don't remember which one came out before the other.
Yeah, that's fair.
So but then they split, right?
Mhm.
The Renegade Kid closed, and the two co-founders split, and the one basically took all of the rights to the FPS games,
Oh, that's right.
and the
Yeah.
other one took the rights to all of their like side-scrolling
Yeah.
kind of games. It's funny. I never thought about it until looking at them all in comparison. They're similar games, just 2D and 3D.
Yeah.
FPS and side scroller, but the Metroidvania mechanics
Yeah, it's there.
are there, and things like that. The backtracking and all
Mhm.
that, it's there.
Well, and from everything that I saw and could find, it seemed like the two dudes. I don't think I have their names here. I don't, and I don't remember them at all. But it was two dudes that were buddies,
Yeah.
and they'd known each other forever, and like they started this Renegade Kid publishing company or studio or developing whatever, and then they split. But from everything that I could find, it was amicable. They're
Yeah.
just like, hey, we're gonna go do our own thing, and they're like, hey, I want these games, you want those games, and we're still buddies. And they still like hang out and like,
Yeah, well,
which I think is awesome.
you
Like
can
they
find their Twitters, and they would post each other's games.
yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Unfortunately, R.I.P. The one guy
Yeah,
passed
one of-
away.
like 2018.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
remember
pancreatic
what it was.
cancer. I at least
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's a bummer.
Yeah. So they will probably, and he was the one that was more responsible for the FPS side of
Mhm.
things.
Yeah.
So that remaster on the 3DS is most likely the last you will ever see
Yeah.
of any kind of, because we had just discussed how much we'd both like to play this on like the Switch or any modern.
Yeah.
Just not even, I don't even need a remaster necessarily, just to play it on some modern hardware. So you have the
I
game.
would love to mouse and keyboard.
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine, dude, Dementium the Ward as an FPS?
Oh, give me multiplayer. That's all. I'm
Bro,
asking for.
I am like, now it screams Doom.
Yeah.
Like it's not fast enough for Doom, but I mean, you give me the ability to jump and do a 360 in like half a second. Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. I'm on for it.
Especially
yeah.
in these hallways.
Oh,
Fuck yeah,
dude. Oh my god. Could you? Oh, that would be,
That could be fun.
dude. That would actually be so much fun.
Yeah.
And that would be, that would be a good multiplayer, dude.
So there's a game called Dusk that you would probably enjoy then.
Dusk. Why
It's
did
a
it rings
more
a bell?
modern FPS that does that low poly
Mm-hmm.
type deal, horror-ish themed.
Yeah, no,
It's like
I've
satanic
seen
cult.
it. They've got the the floating witches that are shooting hellfire and
Yep.
shit. Yeah, no, I have
Exactly.
seen it because you.
I've played it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I enjoy it.
No,
It's also got
that's
a
kind of
multiplayer.
cool.
I've never really played the multiplayer.
Oh,
I should
no
try
shit.
it out.
We should probably rate the game.
Oh shit! I forgot that we do that.
I know, I did too. I always forget, and then I remember it just in time. But you are welcome to.
So we are gonna rate this.
Rating time. All right. Story.
Is there a story? I mean,
100%.
100% there's a story.
Sort of. There's a lot of it that's inferred.
Yes, a lot of it's a lot of shit that you pick up and you read a note or a
Yeah.
newspaper. The message at the end there really threw it for a twist.
It does. Yeah, a bulk of the story. I mean,
From what
because
I
the
was
story is
expecting,
really.
I expected a twist. I think if you play this game, you're gonna expect a twist.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
And I was surprised that it wasn't the twist that I thought it was gonna be.
I was surprised that it was the twist you thought it was going to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess we can discuss this off air
Ah.
because totally spoil.
I don't want.
this,
Yeah, I don't want to ruin it.
If you
yeah.
wanna- if you hear this,
if you haven't
I wanna
played
play
it,
back, I'm not gonna do that.
get the fuck up off your chair and go play Dementium the
No.
Ward.
We've gave very little spoilers.
We did. There's
It's
a
not
lot
bad
of
to
a lot
do.
of running around,
Yeah,
killing
it
shit.
really is. Yeah, I mean it's a straightforward game. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 story wise.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Because it's not like it does anything miraculous. It doesn't tell much of a story. It's there a lot to propel the game. I enjoy the story. Don't get me wrong. I liked it.
I think they could inject a lot more,
Yeah.
and I think with more time and budget and people and whatever, I
Yeah.
feel like that would be there. I don't feel like it was. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna give it a 5.
'Kay.
Because
Pretty
right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty mid.
Pretty mid, big mid,
Yeah.
but like not a super
Nope,
negative mid,
like we
just
said,
just a mid.
Mid ain't
mid.
bad. Mid
Yeah.
ain't bad.
Gameplay.
8 out of 10.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
My only complaint was I would not have minded either I don't mind running around a hallway game.
Yeah.
I like Doom. What I like about Doom though is you kill everybody and then you're trying to figure out where am I supposed to go next? Where's this key at?
Right.
What did that button unlock? Now I got to backtrack a bunch and eventually you'll run into some enemies.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the way you know that you're going the right way. And either give me dead enemies in places I've already been, or give me more ammo and health respawns
Yeah,
in
that's
those
fair.
places. That's my only real complaint about the gameplay. Other than that, I loved the gameplay.
I'm right there with you. I'm at a 7. I thought it was great. Room for improvement, very solid.
Call him Lowball Ed.
I want to leave room for improvement.
That's fair.
I do, yeah. Audio.
Take the cue on this one. You go ahead.
Oh, audio. I'm putting audio up there. I'm putting audio up at a 9.
At a 9.
Yep.
That's funny because I was going to say, I was thinking an 8.
An 8.
Yeah.
Oh, lowballing it, huh?
Exactly.
No, I loved the audio. I thought I didn't think the music needed a lot of change, and it didn't feel repetitive.
There
It
were times
is.
where it felt quite repetitive.
It is very it is. It's just looping,
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
right at core. But
They did a good job on that.
it's subtle enough, and it's atmospheric, and you kind of get lost in it. I thought it was good. I really enjoyed it. Stylus.
9 out of 10.
I'm going 10-10.
10-10, huh?
10-10. I honestly couldn't think of anything the stylus could be improved with.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess 10-10 is fair. It is the perfect stylus so far.
Yeah, there's nothing. There was really nothing that required true accuracy.
Did you know you could
could
play the game without stylus?
What?
Yeah, you can go into the settings and change it so that you don't use the stylus at all.
How the fuck what?
Yeah.
Really?
I've heard it's a bit less accurate.
I bet. Huh.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to check it out, because my only complaint about stylus is just how weird you have to hold it. Like, it's just...
Did you figure out that you would
I just cram it into the
push it
gap
up
between
against-
my pinky and my ring finger to, like, anchor the corner
Yep,
in.
and then the other corner, did you push up against your pinky on the right?
Yeah,
hand?
yeah, like... Yeah, and then you just kind of, wedge your... Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's stable,
It is.
but Jesus, there's
I
not a
don't
lot
know.
of margin for error with that.
You're
It's a
just talking
very
about us
awkward
getting
grip.
Old, and I don't know if it's just them getting old and they used to skate a lot, or if it's because we're doing this. But my fingers have been having these random, just pain, just aches.
Oh,
I'm just
dude.
like, oh, that's what arthritis is.
Oh yeah, I have to do. There's like finger yoga.
Oh, I'm gonna start doing it.
Yeah, do finger yoga, bro.
Yeah.
It's really, yeah, just like let them have it.
Yeah,
'Cause-
totally.
Yeah, dude, my hands like, I've got decent hand strength, but like, it's the small things, having to hold on to or finesse small things for extended periods of time. Holy shit, that fucks me up.
Man, it can start to hurt.
Yeah, not a good time. And this is one of those
exactly
things.
what that requires. Yeah. What's next on our review list?
You go 9 or 10 for stylus.
I'm gonna go 9 because of what you just said.
Respect. Visuals.
That's a hard one.
I'm slapping an 8 down.
8 down.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the same. I'll go with an 8.
I'm going with the 8 because they were good. Again, I think overall, and I don't think it's any one area that was like this part sucked more. I just think overall, I think we all want more in everything.
Yeah.
But I feel like they were like, you know what? This is the maximum capacity of what we can do, and we're gonna get 100% of that instead of 85% of more.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
Whether or not it was as intentional as I feel like I'm making it sound like, I respect the shit out of that because I'm so sick and tired of getting 80% of a game right now, and I feel like that's.
Yeah.
Anyway,
absolutely.
Insert micro rant about the state of video games right now.
Yeah, totally.
But anyway, sorry. What are you throwing down here for Viz?
I think I'm gonna do the 8 as well. That's
My
pretty
boy.
good. I like it. I'm kind of with you on a different aspect, where I like the way it looks now, probably better than I did when I first played it back in the day.
Interesting.
Because of how it's aged. And you can't give them credit for that, but at the same time, your
It
game
looks
aged
good.
well, man.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. I think
Yeah.
it's a great thing.
Love
so, 8. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed the
Beautiful.
look of it a lot. The graininess, the
Mhm.
crunchiness, the low poly. It made it
That's great.
extra spooky, you know?
It was. Yeah, I remember just first loading in and just thinking like, I don't know that I can hang with this.
I
Like,
had the same-
it starts
I had
you
the
off
same
and you haven't seen any of
reservations.
the monsters yet and you don't know what's going on, but there's a spooky girl and you're like, there's blood everywhere. I'm like, I don't think I'm here for this, dude. I don't think I can fucking hang. Which brings us kind of pointedly to our final surprise category for the ratings today, and that is, on a scale of 1 to 10, dead baby cries.
And I gotta give it a 10 out of 10 on
10 out of
that.
10 every
if
time.
it got Ren's reaction, then I think they fucking nailed it.
I think they did too, honestly.
There's no ladders to rate, so
Yeah,
we'll NA that one.
I think the latter category, it just canonically is going to have to be a surprise category, unless there's ladders.
Unless there's ladders.
There are no ladders.
We'll
So,
throw it at you.
I think
We'll
Dead Baby
surprise you.
Cries is what we have to.
Yeah.
Damn, you and I, despite our initial variance, scored exactly the same.
That's interesting.
We're 8.1.
8.1.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
round it up to
fuck
an 8.2.
you, Destructoid.
Yeah, fuck you, Destructoid,
What
bitch.
bullshit, man.
Oh,
Come on.
fucking
Let's see your whole scaling
bitch.
system. Let's see what you got.
Yeah,
You don't have an Ed with a
What a
fucking
fucking
iPhone with a
asshole.
list over here doing averages and
I got
shit.
the list, dude.
Bah.
What a dick.
He's our math magician.
That's me, dude. Games for next week.
Let's hear it.
So, I just put in some random fucking games here. 3 specifically. I've got Hotel Dusk.
It's one of my favorites.
I do want to play that one.
Yeah.
I do. I won't lie. Trauma Center.
Yeah, I've
Like,
never really played
little-
Trauma Center, but
I'm not either.
it's got some it's up there on the
I've-
list of people. You know, people love that game.
I've heard it's good, and I figured, it sounds to me like it's going to be a heavily stylus technical game.
Yeah.
So I'm eager to see what that looks like. And then WarioWare Touched. Again, kind of another stylus, I would assume.
Yes, it is.
Central
pretty fun.
kind of party game, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I've never actually played any of the WarioWare games.
This one I actually played probably 2 years ago.
No shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you want to randomize or do we want to just pick one? Here's the thing.
Yeah. Let me
I
hear it.
love Hotel Dusk. It's like my favorite. It's probably my favorite game on the DS.
Ooh, shit! Are you trying to burn that right away, or
And that's
you
my
want to
question,
savor
is
it?
because I could totally go for just delving into it. Absolutely, it's such a good game. I'm
I'm not gonna lie to you.
You're kind
We
of,
should probably save it.
we should save it just because you're kind of at a busy point. Ed actually,
I'm so
Ed,
busy.
last we talked, Ed was at he was closing on a house, or did you have the problems with the house? I don't remember what had even happened.
Everything was fucked. I was trying to buy it. It was fucked.
And now Ed owns the house.
Yeah. It just
Congratulations, Ed.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so it's a little crazy right now.
Yeah.
So
I say then WarioWare sounds perfect.
I'm super up for that. I
it's
need something
excellent
that
for
I can
bite-size.
potentially play with the audio off. Because I won't play it if it needs the audio.
I don't
wanna-
know if it
I don't
does
wanna-
or not. I don't think it
I think
does.
it'll be fine.
I think we'll be fine.
But like I felt I just didn't want to play Dementium without the audio because there was so much to be added with it.
Yeah.
So I had more opportunities to play, but not necessarily with audio. So
Right.
opening that up will give me some more playtime for sure.
Hell yeah.
But plus something I can pick up and
Put down.
Put down
That's
would be
perfect.
great.
That's perfect for that. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, then I
Dementium
say
was
that
not
we
so
do
much.
that one.
All right, let's do it. I'm fucking stoked.
Locking it in. WarioWare
I
touched.
don't think I've ever made that sound in my life.
It was a really accurate dog noise. I'm probably gonna clip that.
Really?
Yeah, that sounded perfect. I can't wait to hear how it sounds on the playback.
Damn. Well, if it's good, send me the clip.
Oh, I will.
Hell yeah.
I think that probably about wraps us up.
Yeah, I think so. Back on the normal schedule. So whatever the fuck that means. 2 weeks from now, we'll
Yeah.
do it again.
Yeah, see you in 2 weeks.
Fuck yeah. Unless it's somebody's birthday or something we forgot about. That's obvious. Of
Yeah,
course, but
yeah. We'll see. I think we're set.
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
All right, let's get in touch with Wario.